Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I am on a financial freedom journey with my family. Today I am sharing our May budget closeout. I do these videos every single month. They go with my corresponding monthly budget video that I post in the end of the month prior. So that is the plan for the month and this is what actually happened. So I love filming these videos. These are some of my favorite to film because it just gives me a reflection point on the month and I can just sit and explain to you guys and also to myself how the month went and all of that. I know you guys tend to really enjoy these videos as well, so let's go ahead and get started on May. So I did already pre-fill out the categories because I thought it would be faster, so hopefully that will help. And also I feel like when I'm talking, it's hard for me to spell things, so I thought it would be easier for myself too. So for our W-2 income, so this is just my husband and I's regular income from our full-time jobs. We budgeted $7,200 and we did bring home $7,200. For side hustles, we never budget anything for this, but we did bring home $254 in side hustle income. That brings our total income for the month of May to $7,454. So let's go ahead and see how we spent that money in May. So our first category is our mortgage. So we do own a home, so we do have to pay our mortgage. So that is $2,100. Our mortgage is actually not that much. It's a little bit less, but we do round it up to $2,100 just to pay a little bit extra. It's actually like $1,995.72 or something like that. So we do just round it up to $2,100. If you guys have followed me for a while, you probably know this, but we bought a new build home in August and the property taxes are kind of messed up, I think. So I think that they're gonna have to do an adjustment. So I don't wanna get used to paying a really low mortgage and then have to bump it up by like a few $100s. So I thought leaving it at $2,100, let's just do that. So that's why we're doing that. And also for now, while our mortgage is lower, we do just get to pay a little bit extra on the principal, which is great. So next we have our cell phone. So we do use Mint Mobile. If you guys have followed me for a while, we've been using Mint Mobile for a few months. It has been absolutely fabulous. We absolutely love it. No regrets. And I'm so glad that we switched, both my husband and I. I did have to pay my yearly fee for Mint Mobile. So the way Mint Mobile works is that you pay on like a longer term. So you can pay 3 months, 6 months, I think 9 months, and then a year. So we just go ahead and pay for the whole year. So the whole year fee is $345. I accidentally budgeted only $345. I forgot that there's like some fees and taxes and stuff. So it was actually $375. So I did kind of under budget by accident. This was the first time that we've actually paid for a whole year. We did a shorter term just to make sure that we liked it and everything was working out great. But now that we have been using it for these last like 6 months, I really enjoy it and I don't see us going back anytime soon or ever to another carrier. So we are just gonna go ahead and pay the full year. I think my husband's comes out like the end of the year. I think we did 9 months for him or something. There was like a deal when he signed up. If you guys are interested, check out my link in the bio and the pinned comment for Mint Mobile. I think it gives you a $15 referral credit if you use my referral link. So if you guys want to use that, check that out. But yeah, we had to pay that. So $375, but that is for the whole year for my cell phone. So that is an incredible deal versus what we were paying before, which was like $60 to $70 per month for each of our plans. So definitely a good savings there. Next up is our subscriptions. So this is our Peloton subscription and our Netflix subscription. So I just combined those two because those are like our two main subscriptions that we have. So $54 for that. Next up, we have our utilities. So this is our gas, electric, water, and our internet this month. We pay water quarterly, so we don't have to pay it every single month. So for all 4 of those, we had budgeted $535 and we actually spent $487. So let me give you guys the breakdown of that because I know you'd probably be interested in that. So our internet was $60, our electric was $219, and our water bill was $208. So again, our water bill is quarterly, so $208 for the quarter, and then our electric and gas is obviously monthly, so that was $219 for the month. So we were actually under budget in this category a little bit, which is great, but you know, it's been really hot these last few weeks. So I feel like our electric bill this next month is going to be pretty high because we've been having to run the AC like crazy because it's been like 90 degrees here. So very hot And I am not the type of person that is going to not have my AC on, okay? I'm going to be comfortable in my house. If I have to pay for it, I'm going to be comfortable. So I know a lot of people are like, you have your air conditioning on already? I'm like, yes, I do have my air conditioning on because I want to be comfortable in my own house, okay? So next up we have preschool. So my daughter does a preschool program a few days a week right now, and she'll be continuing that through the summer. That's $760 a month. She will be continuing that through the summer until she starts 4K in the fall. So she'll be doing that. And then we will still have to pay for childcare for her, but it'll go down a little bit. So that's where we're at right now, $760. It'll be like that for, like I said, the next few months until she starts 4K. Giving, we do have a recurring donation to St. Jude. So that's $100. And that is at 1.3%. Then we have spending. So my husband and I both get personal spending money. So that's $200 a month for both of us. We get $100 each. So that's 2.7%. Next we have gas. So this is gas for our car, $175, and we spent $167. So we are a little bit under budget on that one, which is great. This is one that I've been keeping an eye on because of summer, and I feel like we're gonna just be starting to spend a little bit more on gas. So just wanna make sure I'm keeping an eye on that one. Next up is groceries. We budgeted $800. We did go over budget in this category for $848, which is, over budget, but it's not too bad, okay? So I'll take it. And that is at 11.4% of our budget. So both of my older kids have sports. They both play baseball and t-ball. And we actually had to be snack parent for both of them. So we had to buy like extra snacks for 20 extra kids between the two teams. So I kind of think that honestly, that like $48 was mostly from that. So honestly, I would say we were pretty close. I will take that, okay? Because we don't normally have to do that. And so the extra money probably went to that. I could have taken that out of the fun and kids budget, but I just thought it would be better to come out of the grocery budget because we bought the snacks at like Costco. So that it just kind of came out of our regular budget. So next is our fun and kids budget. So this is just like a extra category for stuff for our kids. My son actually is doing a wax museum at school. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that or if your kids have done it. It's basically like they dress up like a historical person. So I had to get him a costume for that. So that is what this, well, not all of the $80, but that was some of that. And then also just like some extra random stuff for the kids over the course of the month. So we were actually under budget by $20 on this category. That was at 1% of our budget. So our next category is miscellaneous. So this is kind of our random category for anything that doesn't fit in any other categories. We spent $196. So we were, right at the top of our budget this month. Sorry if you can hear my baby in the background. He's making noises outside the door. Yes, we hear you. Do you have something to say? Not anymore. Anyway, so we almost spent all of this budget. So yeah. It was kind of an expensive month this month. I feel like just these summer months are so expensive. And then we're getting to dining out, speaking of expensive. So it has just been really hard lately with this, all the sports and stuff. So we spent $285, which is obviously over budget by $35. So it is what it is. Like I said, I say this all the time. It's just really a hard category for us. So my husband and I both work full time, and I also do YouTube on the side and try to work out, and my kids have sports, and you guys know, we're just busy. So it is what it is. I'm not putting too much pressure on myself this summer. I think I've talked about that. I want to stay around our budget or under if I can. I'm going to work pretty hard in June. May was not a good meal planning month either, which is definitely why we went over budget, because I always know the months where I did a really good job meal planning, because those are the months where we end up not eating out as much. But some days I can't get it together enough to figure out a meal plan. So working on that. I'm sure you guys are working on it too. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys also struggle with eating out budget. I know some of you guys that I've talked to are amazing and you don't eat out at all. And I love that for you. I really do. I wish that I could be like that too. Maybe someday when my kids are older and I'm not so busy. Next up is our sinking fund categories. So I did just color code these so they're visually easier to see. So these are sinking funds, and then this is our current financial goal that we're working on. For sinking funds, we had budgeted $50 for car, $50 for kids and $100 for the rest. And we did send all of that as planned. So no changes this month. I know last month I did make some changes to the sinking funds because we were over budget, but this month I'm glad to say that we did as planned and we did send all of those to our savings account. So our car sinking fund is mostly just for like car maintenance. So one of the things we had to do pretty recently was get new tires on my car. So that obviously came out of this sinking fund. I also use this sinking fund for like oil changes, stuff like that, like anything that's related to car maintenance. So I'm trying to build this back up because obviously we did have to take a big chunk out when we got our tires on our car. So that kind of depleted a big chunk of this fund. So unfortunately, but obviously we're trying to use this fund, so it's okay when we do dip into it. So then our Roth IRA, so we are working on maxing out my husband's Roth IRA for the year of 2023. So we were able to put $1,390 to this goal, and that is at 18.6%. So that is what we did for the month of May for financial goals. And let's go over income down here. So our total income again was $7,454. Our total expenses for everything that we discussed in this video was $7,442. So we were actually in the positive $12. So what we will do with this is just leave it in our checking account and it'll act as a buffer. So we do try to keep, a few $100s in our checking account at all times, just as like a buffer. So if anything comes up or anything we need, or anything comes out early or anything like that, we just like to have that few $100s in there just so that our checking account's not like at zero, we don't have nothing in there. I don't like to keep a bunch in there either though, because obviously there are better things to be doing with your money than having them sit in a checking account that is gaining like no interest. So we don't keep a lot in there, but I do want to keep a buffer of, a few $100s just in case, life happens and we do go over budget. So I always want to make sure that we do have enough. So that is all I have for this video. Let me know in the comments down below, how did May go for you guys? Did you have a good month? Were you over budget in any categories? I would love to chat about it and help each other out if we can. If you guys have any tips for me for like meal planning, prepping, anything that you can give to me, I would love to hear your advice. You guys are so knowledgeable and smart and always give me such good feedback and ideas. So drop those comments down below and I will talk to you guys on Friday for Debt Free Friday. Bye guys.